Yeah. All right, all right. We are in the building. It's another Saturday. Yeah, yeah, February 1st. And we at it again. By any means necessary, holla at me. Yeah. So that's what it's about. That's a new trademark right there. I was talking to a few people. They were telling me, yeah. So we're gonna brand that. All right. So we got Sandra in the building.
Hey,
All right. How you feeling?
like $1,000,000.
Yeah, yeah. She's looking like $1 billion.
Thank you kindly.
But we gonna see who else is in the building. We got Big Rob in the place. Yeah. You know? And so, we talking about one of the things that I really like to talk about is money, cars, and gold. So it's really really interesting when we start talking about money, cars, and gold. That brings me to talk about my spot. I had a spot in Baldwin. We relocating. We gonna be heading over there to Elmont. Closing on the spot. We should be closing on it in hopefully about a week. And I want everybody to come out because we could not just talk about cars, we could play with the cars. You know what I mean? So I deal with a lot of different cars, and what we do, we soup them up, we race them. Um, I don't think Sandra liked too much to race and the racing thing. Um, but the racing thing is fire. You get on that track and the adrenaline start pumping, and it's like you get in that zone, and it's like it's just you in the car. And then once you hit that gas, you become the car, or the car becomes you, and it's just crazy because it's like you get it, you mash it, and you try to get under that 10-second mark, and you get under that 10-second mark, and you like, yeah, that's what it's about, baby. All right, I'm getting a little excited over here.
You think?
But that's my joy. Sell a lot of different cars. We deal with Subies, Subaru, WRX. I'm bigging them up right now. We deal with Hondas, you know what I'm saying? Hondas, a Honda Civic, SI. Got that Mugen on deck. We do a lot of different cars. We got Beamers. Oh, we big on Beamers. That 335 is beast mode. M3, beast. We do Benz. Not too often because the Benz is like luxury. It's kind of laid back, and we about that fire. You know what I mean? So I'm just this is a topic that get me excited, and now we're gonna even talk about Lambos. Lambos. We got Edwin that's gonna be coming on, and he's gonna be telling y'all how y'all could cop that Lambo, and you could holler at me, and I could cop it for you. You know what I'm saying? Sandra, what do you think about the Lambo? You like the Lambo?
I sure do.
Yeah, that's how we do, baby. Lambo City. We ain't with the Ferraris right now. We straight Lambos. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just how the cookie crumble, man. We get it popping. We really enjoy speed. Whether on the track, on the street, and we promote safety first. safety first, you know. But we get that adrenaline pumping from that speed, you know. Um, we got some people that we go to these car meets and we do it up, you know. We do the donuts, we do the figure eights, we get it popping, you know. 350Z. By the way, I want to give a big shout out to my man Rob. Um, Always coming through, and Rob is, well, not Big Rob that's in the house. This is my other man, Rob. And just want to say big shout out to you. Appreciate everything you do. You are the man. Just nothing but love, man. Appreciate you. I was trying to holler at you. Holler back at me. Holler at me. All right. And I want to say, with these Lambos, Sandra, do you like speed?
I could take a little speed every now and then.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you was a little nervous when it comes down to the speed thing, though.
Have you seen me nervous?
No comment.
Oh.
So, speed is important. My guest, Edwin, he's very familiar with the speed. He's very familiar with the Lambos. This is what he does. Very, he's really into cars, actually. Very successful young man. Actually, what's amazing is that we actually have a lot of similarities. When I first met him, it's like we spoke about. Well, when we talk to him, we'll talk about that, because it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. That's like my brother from another mother. You know what I'm saying? He's real cool cat, and y'all gonna get to know him. I want y'all to make some comments. If y'all you guys are gonna have a lot of questions. He is an expert on gold. You know what I mean? He's made millions on it. We're gonna talk to him about that. He's an expert on cars. He loves cars. He liked the Lambo. Lambo is like one of his favorites. And we're gonna talk about money. How he's gonna tell the audience and talk to everyone about what he's putting out there to help everyone become millionaires like us. It's a beautiful thing. He came up with this program on gold, on how you could become a millionaire. So it's really, really interesting, and I really don't want for anyone to really miss out on this. So without further ado, we're gonna have Edwin Carrion. Come on. I want you to check out this introductory video of him, and just check him out. So stay tuned for the video, and then we're going to get him on the line. We're going to have a visual on him, and we'll go from there.
My name is Edwin Carrion, and this is my story.
I made millions of dollars, but I thought I was invincible. And being young, I was at the time 25, 26 years old. In 2008, the market crashed completely. I lost all the money. That was my pivotal moment. One of the most important lessons, you could always know that if you're successful once, you could always be successful.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so we are back live with Edwin Carrion. All right, hey Edwin, how you feeling today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you today? How's everything?
Everything is great. One thing I wanted to know because I was a little hesitant on the last name. How's the pronunciation on that?
Carry on, carry on.
Carrion. Okay, okay. So it was pretty accurate there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got it right.
All right, all right. So listen, everyone's excited to actually have you on the program. I was just talking about cars a little bit and how your interest in speed and your interest in, well, let's cut to the chase, the Lambo. You know, the Lamborghini is on everybody's mind right now, and everybody want to hear about it. And I want you to also, we're gonna be talking about how they could get this Lambo. Because I mean, you came up with a program that's really a phenomenal program, and we want to get to know about you, right? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where you from originally?
I was born and raised in Ecuador, Quito, Ecuador. So I came here to the United States when I was 12 years old.
Okay, all right. How was the living conditions? Were you in Beverly Hills? Where did you grow up when you came from Ecuador? Did you go straight to Beverly Hills, or was it Hollywood? Like,
Uh,
where
I
did you
wish
go?
I wasn't as good as Beverly Hills, but I lived in Miami. So when I first came here, we moved to Miami. We lived in a two-bedroom apartment with my mom. She's a single mom. So I was raised by a single mom, hardworking woman. I really thank her for everything that she taught me. And I believe I'm here. I know exactly that I am where I am today because of her. I have one brother. He's 3 years younger than me.
Okay.
And through her hard work and struggle, she put me through school. And that's, part of my story, coming here to the United States and growing up.
Okay, okay. So, let me ask you a question. So, basically, when you came to Miami, came to the States, um, did you feel as if it was a lot of opportunity here? Did you feel as if the world is wide open for your takings, or what was your mentality at 12 years old, and did you even take advantage of any of those thoughts that came to you?
Well, no, at the time I was young. I mean, I was very happy to be here reunited with my mom
Okay.
because she came here by herself. And we were actually in Ecuador for like around 2.5 years, almost 3 years without her, while she was, getting her papers so she could bring us to the United States and everything else.
Wow.
So finally, when we're here, we didn't speak English. We got to put in school. We went to school the first day. I remember that I went to school the first day, and they gave me my school schedule, my class schedule, and they told me that, besides science, math, this and that, I had Spanish classes. So I was like, wow, so that's going to be easy for me because everybody speaks English here, and I speak Spanish. So
Yeah.
come to find out that I walk in that day into my first Spanish class, and everybody speaks Spanish. So I'm like, what's wrong with this? I thought I was in the United States.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I come to realize that it was Spanish for Spanish speakers. And in Miami, there's a huge Hispanic community. So it was comforting at that time because I was able to talk to people and build relationships and build some type of friendships with people.
Uh
But
huh.
at the same time, it was frustrating because I wanted to learn the language. I wanted to speak English, and I wanted to just be American. Be what I am today, be an American,
Nice.
because
Nice.
I was given that opportunity to be here. So as I was kept growing up, um, I used to make fun. I remember I used to make fun of my brother all the time because my brother's 3 years younger than me,
Uh huh.
and he had a friend, a good friend of his, that both of them didn't speak English, but they will speak English to each other all the time. And I will make fun of them in Spanish. I'm like, why are you trying? You speak like a ref. You don't speak English. Why are you trying to speak English? You're Hispanic. Speak Spanish. And then come to find out, 20 years later, so many years later,
I still have the accent, and he speaks perfect English. So, if you, if you want something bad enough, I learned from him that if you want something bad enough, you just got to try it, no matter how many people make fun of you.
There you go.
So all those little things throughout the years, I learned and has pushed me to be the successful entrepreneur that I am today.
Okay, all right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, the thing that I like about you is that you're not afraid to jump into business, and that's one of the similarities between us because I'm the same way. But how about what is it about? When did you start your first business? Put it like that.
Oh, I started at super young age. I mean, if you consider, I mean, I look at it as a business because it's not so much a business, but like, when did I start my entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah.
I was when I was very young, when I was still in Ecuador. I remember my mom used to send me from the United States those vitamin gummy bears.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
oh, they came from the United States. Everybody in Ecuador wanted something from the States.
Hmm.
So what I will do was take those gummy bears that she will send me, and I'll go to school and I'll sell them to my friends. So I start making money little by little doing that, and it was funny. That's when I started. But I think my first real business was when I was 14 years old. When I was 14 years old, I started a car washing company, and I used to live in an apartment building, like I mentioned before. And then an apartment building on the weekends, I used to go and knock on the neighbors' doors and tell them that I would wash their car. And they will tell me, yeah, yes, yes, yes. So I got to the point that that I had too many cars to handle on my own. So then I started hiring my friends to help me wash the cars.
Okay.
We started washing the cars, and then that's when I realized the power of leverage. I'm like, wow. That's when I realized that I do not like to work. And that's one of the things that I always try to do every time. That I try not to work when I create a business. I figure out a way to create a system, to create a process that I could put in place so I don't have to work and the business succeeds. So what I did with the car washing business was that I hired enough friends to wash cars, and I became a salesperson. I was the face of the company, and I'll go out there and I'll get more cars to wash so they could continue washing the cars, and I'll get a percentage of the money.
Right.
So that lasted for a little bit. Then we moved, and that's the one I really consider like my first business. From
Okay.
there, we moved to a house. My mom was able to buy a house. We moved to a house, and then uh, we like music with a friend of mine. We always used to DJ and put music in the house. And then one day, my friend comes to me, man, I got us a party. They're gonna pay us $100. And I was 15 years old. 15 years old at that time. I'm 41 right now.
Okay.
So go back 25 years. I was so excited, so happy. I'm like, Mom, I got a party. I'm gonna make money. I need a DJ system. And being the supporting mom that she's always been, she went out there that day with me, and we spent like $1,000. She invested, like, put money in her credit cards, and she bought
Wow.
me like uh, um, a whole DJ system, records. We bought music. We got tape player. We got everything for that one party that was gonna pay $100. So I was going to my first business with the loss already. It was a complete mess, the first party. We got there an hour late.
uh,
I didn't know how to set up the system properly because I forgot some of the cables. Every
damn.
time they ask me for music, do you have this song? I'm like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Do you have it? I'll play it for you. But at the end of the day, it was a great party. Um, they loved us. They loved the attitude that we had. Uh, the birthday girl ended up being my girlfriend, and her best friend ends up being my best friend's girlfriend. So it was a good party. I was like,
Oh,
man,
that's
this
good
is cool. I
results.
love being a DJ.
Yeah, that's good results right there. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
you can't beat that. I mean, what is it about that business that actually make you wanna keep going and keep going harder and harder and harder? Like for myself, a lot of times I'll say, okay, you know what? Once I make X amount, I'm good. But then when I get close to that amount, I normally increase it and want to go harder and harder and harder. What is it about you that actually makes you want to, keep going? You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, yes. No, completely. I think when I was younger, I was more focused on the money, and that was always been like one of my, driven goals. I want to make money. I want to be a millionaire. That was like my first, like, ultimate goal. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. And since I was little, since I was 14 years old, I used to have a Lamborghini telephone by the side of my bed, and I always will say, one day I'm going to have this car. One day I'm going to have this car.
Right.
So I think mindset is one of the biggest things. That was always on the back of my mind. And since that young age of 15 years old, 16 years old, I will stay up until late watching different type of infomercials. I remember one of them was Carlton Sheets that I bought it,
Oh
how to invest
yeah.
in real estate. I bought the course of this guy that will send postcards. And I was trying a lot of different things at a young age because I really wanted to be rich.
Right.
And that was my goal. I wanted to have money.
What?
But nowadays, a lot of things have changed. I'm married, I have a family, I have kids. So with time, and I lost a lot of money. I actually went bankrupt in 2008. I made millions and millions,
Yeah.
and I went bankrupt, and I
All right.
lost everything.
Let's back up a little bit. The your first million. How did you make your first million?
Okay.
Like,
I made my first million in real estate. In 2000, I got out of the Marine Corps in 2002,
uh-huh.
and I went into real estate development.
Right.
So I was buying lands and building homes. And the market was perfect timing. And there's a thing that I truly believe in. You have to be the right person at the right time, executing the plan in order for you to be successful.
Right.
So
Right.
I think throughout history, it has repeated itself that I am the right person, always at the right time, jumping into a new business opportunity that is going to, continue, is going to give me that success that I want. But like I said, going back to your question of how did I make my first million, it wasn't real estate. I became a real estate developer. I
Okay.
built a lot of homes, and I made millions. I made millions in 4 years. It was incredible that at a young age of 26 years old, I was a millionaire.
Right.
But then I became cocky. I lost the value of money. I wasn't thanking God for everything that He was giving me.
Okay.
And He took everything away from me, and I lost everything. The market crashed, and I went bankrupt. I went to zero. I lost all the money.
Yeah, seems like that's the story with a lot of people who were in real estate, because it's the same thing. Back in that time, '08, I lost a lot too. So it's like identical to everyone who was making big money out of real estate prior
Yes.
to that time. Once the market crashed, I'm telling you, I know people that committed suicide. You know what I mean? Because it was
Yeah.
so hurtful. And it's only the strong survive, but certain people are able to deal with things differently. So how did you deal with that? Like, cause that's devastating. That's
Yes.
harsh. It's a hard pill to swallow, and when you swallow it, it gets stuck in your throat. So how did you deal with that? Cause that becomes now a mental thing.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Um, One of the things, it was a very humbling moment, living in $1 million house, driving nice cars, changing cars every 6 months, uh, being able, and this was like, to me, success was being able to make a choice of buying the things that you want or not buying them. At that time, like I said, my goal was always to own a Lamborghini.
Right.
And I got to the point that I was able to, but I chose not to because I got greedy and I wanted to continue my hunger of making more money and making more money instead of enjoying life and being present in the moment. So
Oh,
when I lost everything, it was a very humbling moment. I think I was depressed for like about a month until I said to myself, it's like, you need to get out of this funk and you need to just go back to work and do what you do best. If you made it once, you could do it again. So
absolutely.
sure enough, I went back and I started doing, I became a general contractor because I had all the construction experience. I started building for other people, which is something I never wanted to do. And you have to realize that in life, there's a lot of things that we have to do as individuals that we
Hmm.
don't want to, But if we do it with love, if we do it with pleasure, we could be very successful at it because
Right.
we're serving others. And that's one of the biggest things, that God tells us that we need to serve other people in order to be successful.
Right.
So
I
when I was
agree with
doing
that.
construction, I was doing it. I was starting to build my nest egg again. I started to make money again. And then within a couple of months, and I started being thankful for everything that I had. And within a couple of months, I had a good friend of mine that was in the Marine Corps with me. He comes to me, he tells me, Edwin, I have a great business opportunity. Do you have any money? I'm like, yes, of course I have money. And I was broke at that time, but I wasn't going to pass out on the chance of listening to a great business opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I always say, just hear everyone. You don't have to say yes every time, but you have to listen to people.
Right.
So he told me about the gold buying business, and I loved it. I thought it was a great business. He's like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. So he's like, okay, but we need $300,000. I'm like, no problem. We're good.
Yeah.
In my mind, this is 2008 when everybody's broke, everybody's filing for bankruptcy. Nobody wants to let go of their money. They're holding tight to their money.
Oh yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
one of the things that I could say that are very important uh, is that I built very good relationships with people,
Hmm.
and I always kept my doors open. So when the opportunity came, I put together a small business plan and I went to close friends and family. And within a month, I raised the $300,000.
Nice. Nice. That's pretty impressive. It's very
So the
impressive.
goal was on this business to lend my friend the money so he could do the business and I'll make an interest on it. But then I'm like, you know what? He doesn't know about business. He's never lost money. He's never been successful. If I give him the money, he's going to lose the money and then I have to repay that money. So
Right.
I made him an offer and I told him, why don't we go 50-50 and become business partners? And I had told him, I was successful one, I lost all the money, I know all the mistakes that I made, and I guarantee you that this time we're not going to make the same mistakes and we're going to make money.
Right.
And sure enough, those $300,000 made us millions. Within a couple of years, I was back on top again. And
Awesome.
that time, I bought my Lamborghini cash. I'm like, you know
Nice.
what? Didn't
Nice.
buy it the first time. I'm not going to pass up on my opportunity this time.
Right.
And I bought a beautiful 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo that time.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Now, I want to ask you about that Lambo. What do you like about it? I mean, it's not really a fast car, but it's okay, right? It's not that fast, right?
No, not that. It's all relative, right?
What do you love about that car? Because I mean, for me, it's a sexy looking car. Obviously, the power is definitely there. What do you love about that car the most?
um, I mean, I love the look. Like you said, it's a sexy looking car, and I love that. And it's something that, to me, since I was very young, it was my dream. To me, it was about accomplishing my dreams.
Right.
And a lot of people, when we're young, when we're kids, we have a lot of dreams
Hmm.
that, as we grow up, we lose sight of the dreams that we have. And one of the things with me is that I always wanted to accomplish all my dreams, and I make sure I fulfill the dreams that I had.
Awesome.
Whatever it was wanting to have a car, wanting to have a beautiful house, wanting to marry a beautiful girl. Those were all my dreams, and I make sure that I follow through in each and every single one of them.
All right. Did you accomplish that goal as far as marrying a beautiful female?
You tell me, you see me.
Yeah, I see it.
Most beautiful girl in the world to me, so I'll tell you yes.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. And you have beautiful kids, by the way, beautiful young
Thank
girls.
you.
Um, uh, when it comes down to, I realize that you very similar because you also got your Lambo and you say, yes, this is what I want. I'm gonna get it. And then, how did you manage to say, you know what? I need a plane. Or how did that come about? How did that come about? Talk to me about that.
Oh, that's another. Again, goes back to dreams that I had as a kid.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a jet fighter pilot.
Ah.
So, growing up, being young, I didn't care about school. So, don't think I'm this genius guy that is excellent in school. I was a CD student. I would fail a lot of my classes. And, I tried. And sometimes,
Who was that? Was
math
that
was
Bush?
trigonometry was like my worst class. Like, I got to the point that I just go to school and I go to sleep because
Oh
I could
man.
not comprehend that class.
Oh
Um,
man. Well,
so,
let's point out to the kids. Don't do this. Do not follow him with that. Don't
no,
do that.
um, what I'm trying to say is that with that point, like I said, don't follow, but don't let that determine your future.
Right.
Don't let that you thinking that you're not good in school determine that you're not going to be
Right.
successful.
Right. Right. Absolutely. So you wanted to be the fighter jet,
Fighter pilot,
fighter
and
pilot. Yeah.
yes, and
And
I applied to the Air Force Academy
uh-huh.
to become a pilot, and of course I got everything else, and I got denied. The reason I got denied because of my grades.
Ah.
So, oh man, I can't fulfill my dream because of this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if I can't go to the Air Force and be a pilot, then I'm gonna go the next best thing, which is go to the Marines, become a Marine. It's one of the top services in the United States,
Right.
and that's what I did. So before I went into the Marine Corps, I had a friend that he was a pilot, and he took me on a test flight once,
Hmm.
and I got hooked. I
Nice.
got hooked from then on.
Yeah.
It was always in the back of my head that I need to be a pilot.
Okay.
When I left the Marines, while I was making money, I will go there, I will take some classes, but I will never finish my license because it was very difficult, being a hardworking guy, working all the time, take time away and go take classes.
Right.
And then I lost all the money, so again, I couldn't fulfill that dream. So again, in the back of my head that I need to finish that. I need to finish what I start because it's very important that we do finish everything that we start. It gives us a sense of accomplishment, and at the end of the day, uh, we know that we accomplished what we started.
Right.
So in 2008, like I said, when we started into the gold business,
Uh-huh.
after I bought the Lambo, we bought the house. I'm like, oh, now we have time, and now I could buy my plane. So I bought the plane first, and then I got the license.
Oh wow, that's pretty motivation, because you need that license in order to fly it anyway by yourself, right?
Yes,
So that was a pretty bold move. That was very bold, right?
yes,
Yeah.
sir, yes, sir.
So your plane. I know you had what kind of plane you had? Let them know what kind of plane you had.
Um, it's called a Sirius SR20.
Yeah.
It's like the Lamborghini of small single engine planes.
Yeah. So that's a really nice plane. Um and to people who doesn't know about it, it's very nice and it's a fast plane also. This is the type of plane that you need good experience for that. Um
Yes.
by the way,
And it's very safe with the parachute. Remember that.
yeah, well, I'm not a fan of that parachute though. I'm not a fan of the parachute. You know, the reason why is because you lose control. Once the parachute goes up, you're not flying anymore. The parachute is taking you over, right? You're
Yes, that is.
landing. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that. Um, Nice plane. I love the speed. The parachute, I just don't like. I don't, on what occasion would you do it? When you say you maybe spiraling or, you
You're spiraling when
loop?
you're over water. I think when you're over water is one of the best times to use that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, were you doing a lot of, like cross country? Were you crossing big body of water with it?
Yes, yes. When I was in Miami, we used to go to Bimini, to the Bahamas a lot with the plane.
Okay.
So
All right. All right. So that was pretty cool. I mean, what I used to do cross country. I did Bahamas with mines already. I don't know. Remember I told you I had a Bonanza, the
yes,
V-tail. Yeah, that was the Dr. Killer. Yours was the Lambo of planes, and mine was
mine was
like the Porsche. That was like the Dr. Killer.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's quite interesting. So, you know, we really don't have much time. So I want to get into what you designed because you came up with something that's actually able to help people become millionaires. And that's huge. That's huge because here you came up with a program that kids, young adults are able to utilize this and become millionaires. And you created actually just won't you give me a description of it and talk to me about that?
Okay. Well, actually, today I'm in Dallas, Texas. We're recording more content for that program. The name of the program is called Secrets of the Millionaire Gold Buyer. So, like I mentioned to you before, we got into the gold buying business, and that's where, during the bad economy in 2008, I
Right.
made millions. And it's a very, very, very easy, business to get into if you follow some basic, simple steps. And that's what I teach on my program. And the idea of teaching this program came about last year. I made a promise to God that I was going to give away $40,000. And then, thinking, who am I going to give it to? What am I going to do? How am I going to give the money away? I had a dream that if I just give money to somebody, they're going to spend it and it's going to finish right there.
Right.
And it's not going to go anywhere else.
Right.
So what I did is my dream told me that I need to teach people to pass on what I learned, my secrets, to other people. So what I did a giveaway contest. I put a price on what the value of the course will cost, and I put a contest where a lot of people send me letters, send me notes, their stories, and from there I picked 40 people to give my course away because I was giving them a tool to be successful forever. Not just here is $10,000 or $40,000 at one time. If you spend it, you're done. No, now they have a tool that they could use for the rest of their lives to create wealth, to become successful, to make money, whether it's in a good economy or in a bad economy. And as you and I know, we have had a good economy already for many, many years, and we're almost to the point that we're going into another recession.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to prepare as many people as I can to be ready for the next recession. Because if you learn this trade, you're going to be ready for the next recession. And that's how I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money, millions during a bad recession, during a bad economy.
Now, with your program, actually, we have some comments that Sandra is actually going to be reading some of the comments. By the way, this is the lovely Sandra. Sandra, this is Edwin.
Hey, Edwin.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. We got a lot of people listening in today. A couple of people are just saying hello, good conversation. A couple of people are asking what King has just asked you, how do they go about doing it? Someone also wants you to do a video of any other nice cars that you might have, and post it somewhere online where they can see it. People were
Yes, well,
feeling that.
they could see some of my personal life and my business life if they follow me on Instagram at Millionaire Gold Buyer. So that's my social media handle, Millionaire Gold Buyer.
Okay.
That's Millionaire Gold Buyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Romario, he wants to know how he could go about fulfilling his dream to become a pilot without it being too expensive.
If you're looking to just be a pilot, a recreational pilot, do it little by little. Save some money, pay yourself. But if you want to do this as a career, go all in it. It doesn't matter how much it costs because in order for you to succeed in life, you have to invest in yourself. So don't look at being expensive as a cost. It's okay if you get into some debt, because once you become a professional at it, you're going to recoup that money and more. It's just like doctors. Doctors go into so much debt going to medical school that once they finish, it might take them 6 years to pay off that debt. But then at the end of the day, they become very successful. They make a lot of money.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, with your program, how can people purchase or become a winner of this program? Like, what are the steps they have to do? Just go on your Instagram? Are they able to get details about it from that?
Yes, yes. And King, I really appreciate that you're doing this program. Thank you for inviting me to your program. And I
I,
know you're trying to impact a lot of people by what you're doing. And I know we've spoken before about this.
right.
So what I want to do, my program normally sells for $2,000.
Okay.
Okay. Right now, if you go to my website and you click on the link to join, there's a 50% discount. So you end up paying only $1,000. But for your listeners, I want to do something special. Uh, let me find out. Dustin, did you send them the handle, the link?
Yeah, the affiliate.
So people could sign up through the link? How does that work?
He sends them the link that you got emailed.
Okay. So there's a link, King,
Yeah.
that you receive. I'm going to put a special code in there. So your listeners get my course at 75% off.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. But we're only going to hold this for this month, because whenever I do something like this, I don't do this all the time. When I do something like this, I want people that take action. I want people that are really looking to change their life,
Right.
to become successful.
All right. Well, at 75% off, that's pretty big. Um, for the listeners out here, they are, for 75%, you're talking about, instead of 2,000, you're talking about 500.
Yes, only $500.
Wow. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Now, are you giving, are you not holding back? Are you really giving it all so that way they're able to really capitalize on this? And also, are they able to communicate with you or someone from your team that's able to help them, should in case they have any questions or anything like that?
Yes, definitely, definitely. Like I created a detailed step-by-step program.
Okay.
So number one, you're very successful. There is no questions that you should have. On top of that, we have you become part of a private Facebook group, and that private Facebook group, it has you could connect with other members, other students that we have in the program. You could relate to each other. You could help each other out. But that's where I post once a month. I do a monthly live webinar. And on that webinar, I answer the most frequently questions and answers of the month. And also I'll give additional tips for success. Because my ultimate goal for this is that you become successful.
Awesome, awesome. I think that's huge. That is huge. I really thank you for giving the listeners that opportunity. By the way, I think that's very big of you. And also, you said that is there something special that they have to do in order to get the 75% once they go on your website? What exactly do they have to do?
Um, they just need to reach out to you, so you can give them the link.
Okay.
Once you give them the link, then they're going to be able to register.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
So
And another thing, just in case they don't know how to reach to you, or they can't reach to you, I'm going to create a code. Like I said, that code is only going to be available for this month. It's going to be called King, King. So tell them, oh, it's already done. They already did it. So
awesome.
tell them
That's
to use
pretty
the
quick.
code King, King.
All right. So that's the code once they get on the website, and to order it, they put in King and they will get the 75% off.
That is correct. So go to
Okay.
millionairegoldbuyer.com. Go all the way to the bottom where it says join now. And once you click join now, put in the word king and they'll get 75% off.
All right. Now, you know, when it comes to something like this, a lot of people normally think about time frame, because you have people that they like quick. You know, this is America. People like
Yes.
quick turnover, quick, 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 quick. Now, what as far as with your steps, buying gold and selling it, I guess. What's like? When are they gonna make even their first? Let's not say million. Let's say first 40,000.
It all depends. I mean, it all depends on the individual, on the
Okay.
student. How fast do they want to work? It's like anything else. You and I, and I'll say, I just went to, I'm going to talk about me. A couple of months ago, I went to a seminar,
Right.
3 day seminar, real estate, to buy apartment buildings.
Right.
Have I bought an apartment building since 3 months ago? No. Why? Because I've been involved in my business. I've been involved in creating the scores for everyone else. So I haven't taken action on that.
Right. Right.
So the results are based on an individual's um,
Action.
action, as far as they take action. Now, do I make it easy for them to start taking action since day two? Yes, because the course is very detailed. Like being in the Marine Corps, they tell me that everything that they do is they make it dummy proof. So I made it very simple, step by step instructions, and and my videos are like 10 to 15 minutes long because I want people to retain the information and to make it very simple for them. I did not make it complicated at all. I also invested over $10,000 on a gold profit calculator just to make people that are not good in math, people that don't like doing the math, they don't have to do any of that. I made it simple for them so they could go into this calculator and they could just punch in the numbers and they'll know how much they're going to make. They know how much they have to pay their customer. So it's super simple.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. 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 Now, I know that you picked up a few different business and you did a few things. Where do you see yourself maybe like let's say 5 years from now? Like I'm one thing that I like about you is that you mentioned that you want to do for others. And that's like where I'm at also right now in the stage of my life is I want to give back. I'm giving back to the kids, to the youths. And one thing that I realize you're saying is that you want to give back. You know, you want for people to have stability. You want for people to become millionaires. And so this is the reason why you created this. So where do you see yourself, let's say 5 years from now? Because I know you're working on different projects and you're working on different things. But for the listeners, because I really want them to get to know you. I gotten a chance to really sit down and kick it with you and really get to know you. I know the type of person you are. So let the people know who you are. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Well, 5 years from now, definitely my ultimate dream is to be a speaker, go around the country talking to people, flying around the country because I love to fly planes with my family, speaking at different venues, motivating people, just giving back to people, trying to teach all this knowledge that God has given me throughout the years, and the blessing that He gave me to be successful in business. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people ask me, what's the key to my success? And it's very simple. I always follow the same simple steps every time I get into something new. And it seems to be working out for me just fine every single time. And I teach that and I preach that to everyone. Follow the simple steps and you will always be successful.
What what are these steps? What's that step?
If you're in business, my number one thing is, do something with passion. Don't sell anything, build relationships. And number three is, it comes more on the business side, which is create a cash flow sheet which 90% of the people don't do that,
Oh yeah.
and create a business plan.
Oh, that's even before the business. I
Yes.
agree. Absolutely. Totally agree with that. Um, is there any final thoughts that you'd like to leave the listeners with? Um, you know, for me, I get excited when, we start talking about cars and money and planes and this is my topic, so I could really go on and on and on all day. That this is just my thing. So, what would you? What's like a final thing you'd like to leave with the listeners, because it's a very important topic, and you created something that they're able to utilize as a tool in order to become millionaire. And my thing is really the billionaire status that we going after. But this is where they can even become that also, depending on how aggressive they go at it. So, what's like the final thing that you'd like to leave with the listeners?
Um, I mean, the message that I would like to leave is that, always have faith. It doesn't matter what religion you are, if you believe in God or if you don't, have faith, believe in a higher power, um, follow your dreams, but also realize that nothing in life comes easy. If not, everybody will have it. You have to continue working hard towards your goals, towards everything that you want. Everything takes hard work. Having a successful marriage takes hard work. It's easy to walk away, but if you work at it, it's going to be successful. A business is the same way. You have to work hard at it in order to be successful. Uh, don't be the victim. A lot of people, live with that victim mentality. I'm poor, or I'm not smart, or I'm not this and that. Those are just obstacles in your life, and you could become any obstacle in your life. If you don't let that become an obstacle, you could become very successful at everything you want.
I agree with that. That's definitely powerful. Definitely powerful. Um, so Edwin, I want to thank you for taking the time out to talk to us, and I really thank you for giving the listeners that special discount that you actually gave to them. That is huge. I thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna be talking to you soon anyway. But listen, want to thank you that you came, and I'll be talking to you soon. All right.
Hey, thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you. It was a pleasure being here. Everybody, whoever is watching this video, thank you for listening to this. I hope I leave you inspired in some way. And I want to do one last crazy thing before I leave. Um, I want to give you my course at 90% off. I kind of want to give it away to you if you use the code KIN1 for the next 45 minutes. So if you sign up within the next 45 minutes, you could get my course at 90% off. Just use the
Wow.
code KIN1. Have a wonderful night.
Wait, but is that King number one, or they gotta
KIN1,
write it ONE?
KING1, the number one.
Okay.
KING.
All right. So listen, yeah, 45 minutes. Yeah. What about
Those
an
are for the
hour?
action takers. That's only for the action takers.
All right. I like it. I like it. I love it. I love it. All right. So there we have it, Edwin. I thank you very much. So I'm gonna be talking to you pretty soon. All right.
Okay, my friend. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
All right.
Good
You
night,
do the
everyone.
same.
Good night.
All right. So here we are. It's that that was pretty interesting.
Very.
Yeah, pretty interesting. 90% off of something that can actually make you millions. Millions. 45 minutes. I mean, hey, give it a shot, people. Give it a shot. Edwin, I personally know him. Um, Beautiful family. Um, he's an open book. It is what it is. He say what it is, and he's very intelligent guy. He's very intelligent, very great demeanor about himself, and he's very down to earth. So you know, we we got to go flying actually because that's something that I mean right now I'm like I know I'm gonna be speeding on the high. Well, let me not say that, but yeah, I will be speeding.
Take
Yeah,
it easy.
yeah. I'm gonna be speeding on the highway tonight. That's gonna be my thing tonight. All right. Yeah. Is that all right?
It has to be.
Yeah, cause that's gonna make me feel good. So that's what it is, people. I want to tell you, I enjoy that cars, money, gold. By the way, I want to share this with you too. Wow, time is really tight right now, but I just want to share this with you really, really quickly. There's a young lady, beautiful young lady, Keisha. Her thing is gold too. She's been buying gold for quite some time now, and I don't know if she's listening, Keisha. You got to grab that. Um, but this right here is a beautiful thing because when it comes down to it, we have time. It almost seems as if time is endless, but time is not. Because time comes, and then when it comes down to it, we expire. We have our expiration date. So it's about living it, enjoying it, and maximizing it. And that's the reason why, for now, what I enjoy, some of the things that I enjoy, is actually speaking to the youths. You know what I'm saying? Is really making, you know, giving back to the youths. That makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy spending my time doing that. And I enjoy speeding too. And I enjoy flying. I enjoy flying fast though. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. So 2 minutes and counting. And so I want to end it on that. You want to do the things that you love to do, because that's where success is going to come in. When you do something that you love, success will follow. For the last minute, I want to close the show out to give a special tribute to the late, great basketball player that passed away in that helicopter crash with his daughter. We're gonna give moment of silence for the last minute. We're gonna end the show with that. My condolences to his family, friends, and everybody else who also passed away in that crash. Sandra,
Rest in peace, Kobe.
rest in peace. Big Rob, there you go. That's it for us, everybody. Rest in